That would be awesome! I appreciate you asking for permission to use my clips. Go right ahead. Let me know when the video's out. I would love to see it.
Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the animation of YouTube's best animator, Loft Studios. We're especially going to be looking at his current fan-dubbed Loftyverse series, which methods include any animation style you can think of. With epic fights and laugh-out-loud humor, Loft Studios provides the perfect subject to delve deep into the animation techniques, lore, building, humor, and more. In regards to Lofty's animation, it's so unique, expressive, and smooth that every stop motion I've seen since that isn't at that level is slightly jarring, and leaves something to be desired. Which just goes to show that Lofty is in fact the best big film animator ever. One technique I see Lofty use is known as smear frames. This is basically practical motion blur. It's a common technique in stop motion, but Lofty presents it perfectly. An example I found is in this animation in the LEGO Loftyverse series, where multiple of the hammer are used to show the fast movement, by showing that the object is moving so quickly, it moved in the amount of time to take a frame, resulting in a second ghost-like object. Just try shaking your hand and see the transparent fingers your brain register as there because of its speed. He also uses this technique when spinning other weapons, like swords.
A big thing I love about Lofty's animation is how fast-paced and action-packed it is. Loft Studios is so good at making fight scenes that he can make faster-than-life action sequences and still allow us to see what's happening. Take, for instance, his animation he uses as an intro for how I make practical effects for stop motion. In it, Luke seems to be moving his lightsaber faster than physically possible to deflect blaster bolts, but the presence of poses allows his movements to be intelligible nonetheless. This is absolute peak work on Lofty's part.
When analyzing Lofty's animation styles, especially in the digital animated realm, in episode 7 Still Trapped, where Lifty and Bordy are trapped in Cartoon Lofty's universe, I noticed how Lofty is animated with just key poses. Key posing is a tool professional animators use to get the basics of a movement. A really great explanation comes from Know the Robot on YouTube, where he states that the ready pose is a key pose, and the full punch frame is a key pose. And Lofty is animated in only key poses, when uses a very basic animation principle of ease in and ease out to transition between the key poses, to give a basic narration vibe to the animation, even excluding the mouth animation on purpose to have a Ted Ed style of speaking, which is reminiscent of Lofty's premiere appearance in Terrifying Bear Encounter, or his actual first appearance in a YouTube short. This gives him a distinct style, because Lifty and Bordy are not from his universe. Even when trapped, they have facial animation, similar to their real-life counterparts. This attention to detail is astonishing, and whether Loft Studios is aware of these animation concepts is unknown to me. He may have picked them up just by absorbing animation and practicing, although I'm fairly confident that he knows what he's doing. Although this fits under the animation category of this video and not lore, it does beg the question of why Ka-Fing does have facial animation. What this means, I have no idea. He could be from another universe, or he could just be a different type of digital animation. Or he could have just done it and that's that. Not everything has to be on purpose.
Loft Studios has continued to use innovative techniques in his videos, and has been kind enough to share those techniques in recent years over the format of YouTube Shorts. He's demonstrated his style many times, one that a fan would most definitely recognize in seconds. Lofty uses arts and craft supplies, mainly cardboard, to create his unique animation figures, mechs, and props by wrapping the cardboard around LEGO posable pieces and outlining the cardboard faces with Sharpie. He also soaks the cardboard in glue to solidify the material and make it more durable. A truly surprising method.
Along with his ability to create such a unique style, Loft Studios is also very skilled at putting it to use. In a recent part of the Loftyverse series, he introduced a new mech, his weaponized sphere of mass destruction. Lofty actually created an exterior with removable sections for weapons and defensive mechanisms, as well as an interior set divided in two parts. The Lofty sphere's rolling animation is quite simple. Loft Studios himself shows that he has a foreground cockpit and a background that he randomly shakes between shots to give the impression of the wall around them rolling. Truly quality content.
I personally was most hyped about Lofty's tutorial videos when he taught us how to make top-tier practical special effects with very little hassle. Who but Lofty would have thought to simply shine a flashlight directly on paper to get the intended look? I've already used this technique in a number of my animations and fully intend to keep it as the norm. And that's not at all likely to change.
Lofty uses some impressive and innovative techniques when combining the animated and physical realm. He grounds the cartoon into reality by making it cohesive with the rest of the world. His attention to camera shake and camera movement is impressive. It's likely he uses practical camera shake since he's such a fan of the practical, but entirely possible he achieves it in post-production. But what's especially fascinating is that even the cartoon holds these principles. When Cartoon Lofty charges a power blast and fires it, there are 2 or 3 frames where the camera is overexposed to show sudden light with blurriness and shaking, which gives the feeling that the force of the fired beam had a weight and power to it.
Back with part 2 of our evaluation of YouTube's greatest LEGO stop-motion animator, Loft Studios. Last time we talked about his animation style and innovative techniques for making custom figures and enhancing the look of his videos. This time we're starting with humor. If you haven't seen part 1 of our video, make sure you go and do that. The link is in the video description. Also, be sure to subscribe to both Spidey Steve and I. On with the video!
Humor is pretty hard to describe, so we're just gonna let Loft Studios' humor speak for itself with this montage.
Lofty, you are charged with creating LEGO stop motion with off-brand bricks.
Oh my god. Bro, it's so easy. All you have to do is take your Lego set and cut it in half. I'm not joking.
Jimmy only eats bacon. Oh yeah, me too. Wait, for real? So you can really lose weight that way?
Surrounded by idiots. No one listens to me.
This diet really sounds doable.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go get you enough bacon to last you the rest of your life. I'm going right now. I'm walking. Because it'll kill you. Oh, I wish I had a squirrel right now.
What about the cartoon Lofty guy? He's probably busy and won't notice.
I punch his face faster than I'd punch a self-destruct button!
Why on earth would you punch a self-destruct button?
Cause it'd be funny! What seems to be the problem, gentlemen? This man got hit by my car! How terrible! What do you have to say for yourself? What? He's the one who hit me with his car. And you totaled it! That could have killed me! I wish it had killed you! Wait! I have the solution. In order to right this wrong, you must be hit by this guy. Put me down! What? Now you're even!
Us! We're an Easter egg! At the time of writing this script, Loft Studios' latest video has an Easter egg of your very own Spidey Steve's comment on LEGO Lofty's laptop. The very first comment you can see is by Spidey Steve, and while not shown in the video, that comment was also replied to by your own Jesus Reigns Studio, making us official Lofty Easter eggs. As for the Lofty bar scene from Lofty's Revenge, it's full of Easter eggs from the moment Lofty walks in. To begin with, the piano remix in the background is one of Loft Studios' main theme. There's also various YouTubers throughout the room, including Lego Me OG, Jumi Film, Orca Studios, Zach, Zakaroth, Castle Cyclops, Edbound, Super Ramton, Epix Minimotion, Groundbreaking Animations, Paperback Productions, Brick Horizon Films, Brick Flicks, Nonstop Dude Man, Quorum Studios, Ninja of Wind, Jim Jam Films, Mighty Dude, and more. Not only is Lofty's humor able to make just about anyone laugh out loud, but I find it very quotable. Quick note, if you don't find his humor funny, I think you need to be located and captured by this guy. If you do find Lofty's humor funny, you should get a wonton. Anyhow, back to the point of Lofty's humor being quotable. I personally wish I quoted it more often, but it's entirely possible that if you're in competition against me, you'll hear me say, "Get Loftied!" at least once. Another way I use his quotes is whenever Spidey Steve leaves a video chat. Of course, I'm only joking. I have other friends.
There's another very quotable moment for me. As in, I will walk out the door and just scream, "Where am guy, often, as seen in Dr. Ware and the Incredible Fartis.
The point is, Lofty uses spectacular humor. He's even inspired my own video called The Med Bay with his recent Saving Lofty video. All of Lofty history leading up to his Loftyverse series feels like a lot of foundation building. So many of his earlier videos are referenced while making something entirely new so that this storyline can appeal easily to both old and new audiences. Lofty begins the series with a mini-war between all three of his sig figs he's been using for years. The very first episode is a bar fight in iconic Loft Studios style. It includes all the cool moves and humor you'd expect it to, while linking directly into the next episode. Things get crazy very quickly as new versions of Lofty seem to appear every episode, including a cartoon Lofty who seems intent on making sure his animation techniques are the only one that survive the war he wages. With so many new characters, it brings up a few questions. How many will there be by the end of the series? Will each of them define future Loft Studios history in their own unique way? Does Lofty secretly have a severe case of split personality and chooses to portray it in this way? Probably not.
Loft Studios lore hits every key point that I can find. The story is very consistent, and the ability to leave a scenario in one place and jump to the other characters should be highly respected. As in the small YouTuber industry, he likely can't have both sets up at once, and thus has to either pre-plan everything or painstakingly take down and rebuild sets. The depth of Lofty's lore runs deep, like 3 or 4 years deep. Loft Studios has made references and appearances of characters from years ago, such as one of the main characters, Squirt Lofty, or Captain Guy. I really hope he isn't done contributing to the Loftyverse. Hey guys, this script was written a while ago, and then Captain Guy was in it again in the last episode, so I'm happy now. Loft Studios characters have a good variety of personality. The cardboard Lofties seem to be rash, whiny, annoying, and snarky. That might be a little harsh, but that's how they act, where both Lifty and Lofty's dad seem to be fairly matter-of-fact. Lifty is more of a punch before asking, and Lofty's dad uses his head to think through situations ahead of time. On another note, as the script was written a while ago, we did get revealed that Lofty's dad is actually named Marlin, so that's his character name.
Lofty, I want to thank you tremendously for supporting 2 small-time YouTubers who look up to you more than you could know. It is one of my dreams to be as good as you are at stop motion, and I am immensely grateful for how you've already encouraged us. Just paying attention to us in such a positive way is more than we ever could have asked. We don't ask for anything in return for this praise, except that you keep being such an inspiration for us. Thanks for all you do.
Yeah, what he said. Thank you so much. Loft Studios has been an amazing creator to follow, and it's been great getting to analyze his videos more than we already were for this series. It's been wonderful to be a part of his community, and it's been an amazing experience to make these videos.
Hopefully, we've made it clear why Lofty is the best LEGO stop-motion animator there is. If you agree with us, or if you just like how we've done this video, please be sure to leave a like on both our videos and subscribe.